Hello everyone, I'm Greg Gatta with FedScoop TV. Welcome to our Cybersecurity Hero Series, and I'm talking with Michael Garcia, the Acting Director of NIST's National Strategy for Trusted Identity in Cyberspace. Michael, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me how you have significantly improved cybersecurity posture with the NSTIC program.
Great, thanks. So one of the things that we really focus on, a lot of this, I know in this series is about federal government, what agencies are doing. One of the things we really focus on is the fact that whether it's actually just accepting a solution from a commercial space or procuring one, for an agency's own purposes, so much of the innovation comes out of the private sector.
Okay.
That we really want to focus on pushing innovation within the private sector and really moving things forward in the private sector so that we as government can trust those solutions, but also so that individuals and so that other private organizations can trust those solutions. So what we really focus on is we have a pilots program and ways of developing innovation in the marketplace, as well as ways of developing kind of in a quasi-policy sense for the private sector to begin trusting their own solutions. So we worked with a nonprofit public-private partnership to develop frameworks for trust so that private organizations can do their own assessments and their own self-attestations so that we raise a level of trust, essentially, in the end, in the simplest sense, so that you know what you're getting when you choose a cybersecurity solution.
Okay, let's expound upon that a little bit, because as agencies look to leverage private sector technology, how can they themselves push the boundaries of protecting the data that they use? Because they use so much data, so they absolutely need to protect that. So how do you see NSTIC working, in being, sort of a mediator or giving them standards for putting in security for their protection of their data?
Yeah, a lot of people kind of focus on this special use case of the federal government, but my view is it's just another community of interest. Sure, it's a specialized community of interest in some ways, but it has more in common with other communities of interest than it has different from other communities of interest. So our view really is if we can get a strong variety of solutions in the marketplace out there, then in this sort of multi-step process, we'll focus here, and I focus with my team on identity and authentication, that in identity and authentication solutions, we create the standards, especially in NIST Special Publication 863, which we're currently in the process of updating. We're trying to move that from being these sort of rigid requirements about what a solution has to be to performance standards about what a solution has to do. What are the characteristics of a good solution? So that allows us to do this sort of risk-based approach to identity and authentication while having an ability to adopt a broader variety of innovations that are in the marketplace and kind of future-proof some of those documents. The review cycle on them takes a long time. And so we want to create a situation where it's about the characteristics of what a good solution is, rather than specifying what that solution actually has to look like.
Okay.
So the value from the agency's perspective, we believe in that, is it creates the opportunity for agencies to find new solutions and adopt them from the marketplace without having to wait for this updated guidance or without having to kind of stick to what we know has worked in the past, because if there's one rule in cybersecurity, it will break.
Right.
It's just a matter of how long and how much money it costs to do so. So our hope is that these innovations are happening in the marketplace. We want to stimulate more of them. We want to create this variety of solutions within a robust marketplace, and then establish the ability for government to adopt them in a way that they can, frankly, when a solution breaks, throw it away. And when a new solution comes along that can mitigate risk better, they can adopt it quickly.
So let's expound upon that last point. How does culture change factor into this? Because as you've said, the technology is out there. The technology is going to continue to be developed.